all the they were showing old school, black and white film.
Don't look at me. Don't do that to me. Go ahead. Fine. Go, DeVier.
No, I've seen the playbacks.
Yes.
Like they do the Mob Rashad stuff, and they go back, and so like I've seen it at some point in my youth, but not when when I was
not
2.
Live. I got it. That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
That's you, Bodie, young whippersnappers. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Continuing here with some events. On this date in 1995, NASA astronaut Bernard Harris becomes the first black man to walk in space. 2006, Al Michaels joins NBC's Sunday Night Football broadcast with John Madden in the booth. And then Madden was replaced just a couple years or so later after that with Chris Collinsworth. And then Tirico has since replaced Al Michaels a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Big day for you, Tito. 2015. 50 Shades of Grey released in the theaters.
We go. That's fine.
I've never seen it, but
I've never seen
the
it either.
plot.
Yeah.
I figured that was up your alley.
Magic Mike.
And then last event here, just 1 year ago today down in New Orleans, the Eagles claim their second Lombardi trophy as they hammer the Chiefs 40-22. MVP of that game was Jalen Hurts.
Now the Eagles get it back. They're going to run some clock, or maybe throw the dagger. Hurts going deep for it all. Devontae Smith! He has got it! Touchdown!
Wow! With Devontae Smith, everyone thinks Saquon's getting the ball. Hurts again. Has all the time in the world, and he makes the throw of his life.
Tom Brady's had a tendency sometimes to just repeat exactly what happens in the play.
That's his thing.
Here we go, KB. Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Play action, throws it deep. Smith catches it, touchdown. You're like, thank you, Tom. That's exactly what happened. We all saw it. Some birthdays all the way back in 1773. The 9th president of the U.S. of A., William Henry Harrison, is born. 1951, one of the founding members of Kool and the Gang, Dennis Thomas, was born on this date. Continuing with birthdays, actor best known for his role in Goodfellas and also Home Alone, Joe Pesci, turns 83 years old today. How about this, Tito? The 2-time All-American for your Fighting Irish, national champion and Super Bowl champion Todd Light turning 57 years old today. 9-time All-Star, 2004 American League MVP, and Hall of Famer Vladimir Guerrero turns 51 years old today.
Base hit left field. That's an Angel record. 9 RBIs for Vladimir Guerrero.
And Sean Figgins, without even blinking, went to third base on a routine single. Angels are tearing it up. Not just the cover of the baseball, but the base paths. 17th hit right now and the 10th RBI, all by Vladimir Guerrero. That's incredible. It's 9th RBI, excuse me. But he's basically cleaned the whole table for him.
DeVier, we do significant birthdays. Okay?
Yep.
So you've heard some of the birthdays already announced. Do you believe Todd Light should have been on this list, or is that just because Bodie is a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan? I don't know if Todd Light
don't know who Todd Light is.
You don't know who he is?
No.
Then there you go, Bodie. That's all you need to know.
I know
right
who Matt Light is.
If you want to do Today in History
No,
next time.
don't. We're not doing this.
Beggars
no,
can't
we're not
be
doing
choosers.
this. We're not doing this. I'm just saying, I don't know if Todd Light is birthday mention. I know you, Steve Kerr, and Patrick all think he is, the guys in the chat. But I'm just saying, I don't know if Todd Light. But go ahead, that's fine. Was there a long snapper birthday today, too, for Notre Dame?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But I'll keep an eye out for it.
Go ahead.
Actor best known for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Horrible Bosses, among others. A funny man, Charlie Day, turning 50 years old today.
He's good.
Yeah, I enjoy Charlie Day. Actor Tom Hiddleston, who is definitely most famous for his role as Loki in the Marvel Universe, he turns 45 years old today.
Also, I've got a peace offering.
Surprise! Ow. Just had to be sure. Hello, Bruce.
So, last time I saw you, you were trying to kill everybody. Where are you at these days?
It varies from moment to moment.
Longtime NBA guard Jameer Nelson, mostly with Orlando, among others. He turns 44 years old today. Speaking of the Marvel Universe, actor Michael B. Jordan, been in many roles. Creed, he was in Sinners recently, but was also the villain in the first Black Panther movie. Michael B. Jordan turning 39.
Is this your game? Huh? Is this your game? The Black Panther, who's supposed to lead you into the future.
Come on, brother! Is there nothing that can be done?
Him? He's supposed to protect you. Nah, I'm your king.
Michael B. Jordan's so good.
Oh, that was good. That was a
Chadwick
good
Boseman, too.
Scene.
The Chadwick Boseman thing. That
was a good scene.
That was a depressing, like.
I know.
When saw that news, gosh, it's probably been 5 or so years ago now. I was like, damn. Like, obviously, just how young he is, of course, and then just a great actor.
I watch Infinity Wars for motivation. Like when I'm feeling down, like when those rings open up,
Thor shows up in Wakanda.
There's not a better feeling in movie history for me. Dude. It's like 10 years building up to that moment.
Those Creed movies are so damn good too.
Creed movies were good. He was good in Sinners last year.
So you've seen Sinners?
Yeah,
and Bodie's seen Sinners.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it still, but I've heard
really
nothing
good
but great
in that
things
movie.
about it.
He was twin. He played twins.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
that's really tough.
Like Tom Hardy did in the Cray brothers.
Yeah.
Well.
Continuing on here, Eagles running back Saquon Barkley turning 29 years old today.
Old.
Has time. Now
running back.
30s old. He's a 30s old.
Slips 2 tackles and picks up the first down. Jumping up in the air to the 30. A gain of 14 for Barkley with some nifty moves along the way. Was that not the best?
He's 47. He's 47 now.
I hate that narrative. 30 years old.
I know.
I try to fight it.
Good move at the last second. And then, what, Tiki, you're right. What is that? Bro, he turned around and jumped over him.
Then a couple more birthdays. Phoenix Suns guard Jalen Green turning 24. And then speaking of the Eagles, defensive back Cooper DeJean turns 23 years old today.
Cool.
Got a few passings here on this date. In 1981, Bill Haley, known as the father of rock and roll, sadly just 55 years old, passing away from a heart attack.
Have some fun when the clock strikes one. Gonna rock
Around the clock tonight.
We're gonna rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
And then in 1994, most famous for his time in Norman with the OU Sooners, the College Football Hall of Famer head coach Bud Wilkinson passed away at the age of 77. And then just a little over 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, in 2015, at the age of 98, the founder of NFL Films, Ed Sable, passed away.
Oh,
holidays and observances today: National Cut the Cord Day, National Pizza Day.
National Cut the Cord Day. We got the doctor here with us.
Cut a couple
He
cords.
cut a cord. Yes, I know he cut at least one cord we know of. The doctor.
National Pizza Day. Sounds fantastic. It should be every day.
Lord.
National Bagel and Lox Day.
No.
And
Never
then
bagel and lox. You ever bagel and lox?
I've never
Bagel locks?
Bagel and lox.
What are locks?
Bagel. I don't even.
lox.
I don't have no
lox
clue what a
isn't
lox is.
lox like a. Here we go. Now Tito looks stupid. I think it's like a.
Or like a genius.
No, I think it's like a seafood thing. Lox are like a seafood thing.
Okay.
Bagel locks?
I have no idea.
Bagel and lox. Bagel with lox.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Internet
look
said
is
it.
it
Why
like
would you want seafood with a bagel though? Like
Yeah,
that?
I'm
Salmon
gonna look
cream
here.
cheese bagel?
Okay, here we go. I'm going to do it right now. Bagel with lox. I've got it right here in front of me now. It's a quintessential, iconic breakfast or brunch dish, particularly associated with New York City Jewish delis, featuring a fresh bagel spread with cream cheese and topped with thinly sliced cured salmon.
There it is, baby. I just told you.
You did. You nailed it. I don't eat seafood.
Doesn't sound very good.
Sir,
if I'm being
bagel and
honest.
lox today. So salmon, cream cheese bagel day.
Yes. I don't eat seafood.
Tito.
I can't.
Oh, you're allergic?
Can't.
well, okay.
Are you
First of all, the can't thing. The
Is
way
it
you said
scale
can't
or
was
shell? Scale
okay,
or shell?
Here's the thing. When I was younger, my dad, we'd always go out fishing at Alum Creek.
Right.
And we would come home with, he'd catch, crappie, whatever.
Harpy, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Crappie is what I would say. But I would watch him clean the fish on a newspaper.
Yes.
And then cook it. And watching him clean it made it inedible to me. I don't want to see how sausage is made. I know he did it.
I can respect that.
Okay. And so every time I've ever eaten seafood, it's like, no, I don't want to do it.
Oh, so it's a quease thing?
Yes, it's a quease thing, but I have morphed it into where I tell people I'm allergic to it, even though I'm not.
So somebody handed you a piece of like fresh beer batter fried fish.
Right. I would say no.
And you didn't know.
Right.
You could smell it and be like, no?
Yes,
Okay.
I could do that. And on a date.
It's the smell.
I went on a date with, in between first administration and second administration with a woman. And we ordered.
Let's be clear.
Okay, got to make sure we're clear on this. We went to, I can't remember what seafood place we went to, but we went there and I ate a crab cake.
Yeah.
And then that night, because, hey, Bodie,
Yeah.
I got game. At her house,
Riz.
I threw up.
Oh, no,
that
Riz.
was,
I know. It was Riz before that.
That's how the second
Pre-Riz.
administration got started.
Then yes, so we had to move on. But I tell people I'm allergic to it, even though I'm really not. But I'm allergic to it because I will throw up.
Yeah.
But whatever.
All right, last one real quick. Last but not least. Don't know why this needs a national day because mouth pain is kind of the worst, but it is National Toothache Day, Tito.
Oh,
That's what I got for you. February 9th, 2026, 40th day of the year. Shout out to Pat Tillman. 325 days left in this 2026.
Well done as always, Bodie. Bill Bender's waiting for us. We will get to him next. This is Morning Juice.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at MDA.org today.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, Morning Juice. We're off and running here on a Monday. It's Tito. It's Bodie. It's the doc. It's the doctor. DeVier Posey by left, and now we are joined. I don't know if he's a doctor or not, but I feel like Bill Bender should be a doctor of football. Bill Bender joins us this morning. News. Bill, good morning. Last night's Super Bowl, boring or entertaining for you?
Probably somewhere in between. I mean, we can't act like the first half was entertaining unless you're an offensive guy. It was 9-0 at halftime. I think New England struggles. I mean, a lot of the narratives afterward about Drake May. No, Tito, this wasn't even close to the worst performance by a quarterback in a Super Bowl. Drake wasn't good, there's no doubt, but I mean, do we remember Kerry Collins or Rich Gannon? There's an older generation that will tell you Craig Morton completed 4 passes and had 4 interceptions. So, yeah, it was a bad night for Drake, but it's not one of the worst ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, for Drake May, obviously, people were putting him in MVP talks, but when you really go back and look at the Patriots schedule, just the Justin Fields, the Bryce Youngs, I think they even had Quinn Ewers. They had Tua, coming off an injury. Just how good did he really have to be in terms of, the Patriots season and what they did offensively, to get to this point?
Well, I think, obviously that strength of schedule comes into play. But he was very good in the regular season. And I think the thing is, it's going to be when he led the league in completion percentage over 70, but in the playoffs, he was 58.2. And the turnovers really got this thing out of control late third quarter. He had strip sack, fourth quarter. There was a really bad interception to Julian Love. So I think, yeah, DeVier, you're onto something there that once the competition picked up in the AFC playoffs against really good defenses like Houston, Denver, and Seattle in the Super Bowl, those numbers dropped off. So we'll see what Drake May learns from that. We'll see what Mike Vrabel learns from that as a coach.
Bill Bender joins us, supporting us here on Morning Juice. And I'm curious. Oh, God, Bodie, I did curious again, Bodie. Sorry, every time I say I'm curious, Bill, I'm supposed to get fined. But anyway, the performance by Sam Darnold, it was not good early on. And I don't want to say they won in spite of him, but he wasn't the reason they won. Nonetheless, do we now have Sam Darnold fully exercise all the demons he had before this season?
I think so. I think the key for Seattle was I saw the stat, the entire playoffs, they didn't have a turnover. I mean, that's an amazing run there. Kenneth Walker III had the running game going. He gets Super Bowl MVP award. It's good that they award running backs that every once in a while. And it was not once in a while. The last time they did it was Terrell Davis against my Packers. So that was bad. But no, great game by him. And I think Darnold, again, he just didn't screw it up. It was kind of the Carson Beck Miami route in some ways. And until the championship game, Carson Beck didn't screw it up for Miami. It's probably disrespecting Sam Darnold a little bit. I think he had a really fantastic season. Made the throws when he needed to, and only took 1 sack in the game. Another huge difference, 1 sack versus 6 sacks. Seattle was on Drake May early and often, and it showed throughout the game.
Absolutely. So the 12s traveled far, 12 years since the Seahawks win, and then 12 years as far as Mike McDonald as a head coach. Where do you see his trajectory as a coach and like what he's building, in Seattle, doing it on the defensive side? And when you look at like teams like in the success that Harbaugh had in San Francisco, it was based on defense. What kind of future do you see for Seahawks and Coach McDonald?
I mean, he'll be a known commodity now. I mean, you look at his first 2 years in the league, 24-10. Got to the playoffs last year. You mentioned it. This defense is full of playmakers that maybe the casual, and I hate you should find me every time I say casual football fan. Maybe people that don't turn into the NFL religiously, then go read 100 things about it afterward. Their defense has a lot of unsung players that you got to know a little bit last night. I mean, Devin Witherspoon, we know him. He played at Illinois. Had 2 sacks, played a great game off the corner. Their secondary is very good. They're just not as right? Like DeVier, they're maybe not as flashy as the Legion of Boom was. Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, and those guys, and they would hit you. And there's a limit of nice things I'm going to say about the Seattle Seahawks from that era, being a Green Bay fan, because I'm still bitter about the Fail Mary and the fumbled onside kick.
Yeah.
And you should be. That's fine. The Hall of Fame announced, they announced the class last week, or this past a few days ago. And so did anything stand out to you? Look, we know the Belichick and Kraft thing. We kind of knew that going in. We knew the Eli thing. Other than that, though, any beef, any concerns, any thoughts on the Hall of Fame class?
I can play to the local crowd. I mean, Ken Anderson should be in the Hall of Fame.
He should.
Yeah. An NFL MVP, took them to the Super Bowl. He was basically Drake May in a lot of ways for a longer time. He was very accurate quarterback in that era when it was tougher to be that accurate. When I would say he would, but you put Roger Craig in, that's fine. Roger Craig, I explained him to my son as, that was kind of CMC when I was growing up. And it was kind of Marshall Faulk. He had 1,000-yard season rushing and receiving in that Bill Walsh offense. The rest of the guys, it's fine. I mean, Drew Brees is great. Larry Fitzgerald, amazing receiver. Probably had one of the best efforts in a loss in a Super Bowl, and probably should have won the Heisman Trophy on top of that. But and then Vinatieri's fine. I mean, a clutch kicker. We let kickers in the Hall of Fame, and
so
he's one of the best kickers of the era.
So controversial is probably Kuechly. Or you fine with first ballot Kuechly?
Oh, yeah. I think he's fine, too.
Okay.
Part of that Carolina defense. Another local kid, too, right? Cincinnati. And
played against Kuechly.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Did
man.
he tackle you?
Yeah. I was 2008. He was 2009,
Did
man.
he tackle you?
Yes. This kid was really good. I mean, and it wasn't like a physical tackle. It's just like he just made every tackle.
Shoestring. You were going by him. I got you.
Literally, it was a shoestring tackle, I swear.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gone. But that's why, I got tackled by a first ballot Hall of Famer,
That's fine. You're right. That's a good way to do it. Maybe we'll mention you in the speech.
Huh?
Will we mention you in the speech?
Probably not.
Okay, well, we'll work on that. Bill Bender, Sporting News, joins us, and we had some talks. I heard Austin Ward on one of our shows say that he doesn't think Alabama and Georgia series will happen with Ohio State, the home and homes. Alabama's in 27, supposed to come here. Ohio State there in 28. I think Georgia's 30 and 31. Do you think those series, either of them, both of them, none of them, will still happen?
I think they still will. I mean, I could see them being canceled, though, to Austin's point. And if they do, I'll be disappointed because that will make the 3-game non-conference season in college football outside of the 9 conference games basically irrelevant. And if that happens, Tito, here's what I would do. I would push the Big Ten to go to 10 conference games.
There we go.
If we're not going to play series like Georgia and Alabama outside of the conference, let's play 10 conference games. Maybe it makes that a little more unbalanced, the scheduling, or more balanced. It's already really unbalanced. And then you can play 2 G5 schools as a quote-unquote college football preseason before you get into the grind. But that's what September's about, Ohio State, Texas. Just think about that scene that we had in week 1 last year. That was as cool a non-conference game as I've ever seen. DeVier, I'm sure you played in some huge non-conference games, and that juiced you up as a player more than playing against a G6 school.
Yeah, I think we had USC, the back home and away, and then Miami home and away during my time, and those were really big games, man, really big games. But I wanted to ask you, this portal season flies by so fast. And I felt like Miami University made some great moves last year. Obviously, Indiana did. Was there anything in the portal, Bill, that caught your eye that you said, hey, this program has a chance to, really have a great season this year and put themselves in a position where they weren't last year?
Well, I don't know if great's the word, but LSU will attract your attention in the portal. Getting Sam Leavitt and Lane Kiffin has that reputation. I think they are one of those high variance teams for 2026 because of Kiffin, because of their schedule, because if you look at the preseason way too early top 25s, and we did one of them, they're one of those teams that some people have ranked in the top 10, others have around 25. It's funny when you look at all those lists, and we took about 10 publications at Sporting News. The 2 teams that had the highest variance were LSU and Ole Miss, and they'll play in September. I bet you that's other than maybe Ohio State, Texas, that might be the most watched game, maybe even more eyeballs on that game in September because of Lane Kiffin making his return to Oxford that early.
Everyone, I want you to know that even though Bill Bender said that about DeVier getting juice for games, he does not get extra money for that one. That was just a shameless plug. We appreciate you saying juice. That was great. Anytime someone says juice or juiced in an interview, they should get extra money. Bill, we'll get you out on this one. How excited are you about your Ohio Bobcats taking on Miami in a flexed game on Friday night for college basketball?
You know what? it's time to end that unbeaten season for Miami. I'm sorry. No, I'm somebody that when I was in college, I got to see Wally play at the Convo, and Zerbiak came in the Convo, had this awesome game. I remember calling my dad at the time and saying, "Hey, man, there was this kid named Wally. Not sure what his last name is. He torched us last night." And my dad was like, "No, MAC players go to the NBA," something like that. But he turned out to be a pretty good one. And obviously, the Bobcats, I'll be pulling for them on Friday night. And but Miami's team to watch in the tournament. Steele's got them playing really good basketball, and that's what I'll be doing this morning, getting back into our bracketology.
Bill, you're the man. Appreciate the time, buddy. Thanks so much. We'll talk next week.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a great week.
That was Bill Bennett of Sporting News. Coming up next, Quick Hitters, Morning Juice.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned, so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
It's Morning Juice. Mike's off there, Bodie.
Talk about today in history.
Holy
Learning
cow.
a lot about Wally Zerbiak.
Wally
which
Zerbiak.
I didn't have on my bingo card.
I gotta tell you, Zerbiak, there's a personal reason why I can't root for Zerbiak. And I don't, the timing doesn't match up. I'm born in 71, he's 77. That's a 6-year difference.
Did you also hate the halftime show last night, Tito?
There we go.
Do we want to do this?
No, we don't. That was a joke.
Okay. I will say this. I did not watch the halftime show. When the halftime show hit, I was doing show prep then down in my man cave. It's a cell is what it is, really.
Yeah.
It's a damn prison. But nonetheless, that's a different discussion for a different day. It's a podcast. And the wife comes down and says, wait, they're doing the whole thing in Spanish.
Yeah, whole thing.
Espanol.
Yes. But this is what's funny. because I'm a smartass. As I said to her, I said, no, you're watching NBC Espanol. And she said, I am? I said, yeah. That's what you're watching up there.
Just yell at the TV,
right,
English.
Right, it's an
and
English. You got to go to regular NBC. She said, are you serious? And I said, yes.
Yeah.
Go up there and change the channel. And she comes back down and said, you're such a jerk. Because she realized it was not the case. Nonetheless, Zerbiak, there was a woman, a girl. Wait, let's be careful how I phrase this.
Female.
Okay.
Yes, female. There we go. Who I went to high school with, who went to Miami. And there is a day during NCAA tournaments that's going on, and we are at her house. And I was interested in this young lady. Again, both of age. And she is just like drooling over Wally. Now, Tito has no chance against Wally.
Yeah.
That's why I hate Wally. Because
he's 6'7".
Yeah, things that don't do 6'7". So nonetheless, what I wanted to happen did not happen, and I blame Wally Zerbiak for that because I am not Wally Zerbiak. Nonetheless, okay, Bodie. God, this is so therapeutic. Let's do quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, fellas, we talked about this just a little bit last segment with Bill Bender. Continue the theme here. After a rather tumultuous last couple of weeks, the Pro Football Hall of Fame says that they will consider making changes to the voting panel and process of choosing who gets elected. Hall of Fame President Jim Porter said in an interview after the 5-player class was announced on Thursday night last week that several possible tweaks could be made, adding that those changes aren't specific to Belichick's perceived snub. I don't believe him on that front, frankly, but nevertheless, here are a handful of the possible changes that Porter said could or will be on the table. They plan to return to in-person voting rather than the virtual voting that they've done since COVID. The vote is likely to take place closer to the announcement of who gets in. That way they avoid any leaks. They'll consider releasing vote totals and individual ballots. That's probably the big one there. And then they also will consider replacing voters who might have violated the rules either by publicly discussing the off-the-record debate about the candidates or by not voting for the quote-unquote most deserving candidates in each category. Depot, I think it was inevitable that some changes were going to be made after this messy process.
And public single votes,
right?
That's a crazy thing, man. It's just you're watching the show and it's just like, it's almost like Hunger Games is like, who you voted for.
You're right.
It's just like sitting there and watching like I knew you voted for that person, man. And that to me, the biggest shock, huge news. Wow.
Yeah, it's look, it's a fine line because everyone's got opinions.
Yep.
And if you don't want the opinions to come into play, then just say, you know what? No voting. We're going to decide. The panel will decide. 3, 5, 10 people. We're going to tell you who's Hall of Famers, who's not. If you want to have opinions, you're going to have things like this happen. As I've said, baseball's been around for more than a century, and only one person's ever been 100% voted in, where everybody voted for him. That's because people have opinions. If you don't want opinions, don't have votes.
Yep.
And so I understand why they're doing this. Yes, in my opinion, Belichick, Kraft, Belichick for sure. Now Kraft, he's got 7, right? So now Kraft gets in. But nonetheless, right, Kraft?
7 Super Bowls?
6.
No, just 6.
Yes, right, 6.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm saying,
I was like trying to count on my head.
I like the fact that your facial expression told me I was wrong, and I appreciate that. But nonetheless, what I'm saying is if Belichick and Kraft, yes, probably should be in. Ken Anderson, Bender talked about it, should be in. Yes, I agree with that. But if we have opinions, if we're going to have voting, have opinions. And if you don't want opinions, then don't do voting.
The biggest one for me is just release the ballots.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to vote for who you want to vote for, that's fine, but then you got to own it. Like that should be public knowledge. Some baseball here, Tito. According to court documents filed last week, Guardians pitcher Emmanuel Clase has been accused of throwing suspicious pitches to benefit bettors in at least 48 games over the last 2 years. Federal prosecutors initially thought that it was 9 games, so they were off by just a little bit.
Yeah.
But the attorney of his teammate, I should say, Luis Ortiz, wrote in a filing that the government is accusing Clase of manipulating his performance in dozens of games. He appeared record, Class A that is, appeared in 197 regular season games from 2023 to July of 2025 this past season. That's when he was suspended, when he was put on non-disciplinary leave by the Major League Baseball over the gambling inquiry. If the allegations are true, Class A would have manipulated his performance in a quarter of the games that he pitched in. Tito, if you're going to cheat a little, you might as well cheat a lot. I hope he got paid.
I'm sure
it's
going to
matter.
But it's interesting to me. And there are different, very different classes that we're all brought up in as far as like status. There's low income, there's mid income, there's high income, there's no income. And Class A, look, I got to believe so. Growing up, he probably, I would say that in all likelihood, money was scarce.
Being from the Dominican Republic?
Yes, scarce.
Yeah.
And I'm not justifying what he did, but I'm sure like any time, and he was getting paid a great salary by the Guardians. Like
$20 million.
Right. It's like it is life altering. It is generational money to where like the grandchildren of the grandchildren are going to be taken care of if you do things right.
Yeah.
But if you're the guy who had to scrap growing up, anytime you get a chance to grab money, you're going to do it. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right at all. But I'm also saying though I kind of understand.
Yeah. I think for me it's like I don't know, it's cameras, phones,
right?
But just like an amazing time in history right now to be a cop. Or to be like FBI, like
is it?
I'm just saying there's so much like investigating going on. The fact that like you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I thought it was 5 games. It's like, no, I'm gonna go back and watch 40 more games,
right?
And then like be able to like pull this out and put this on this guy. And then I mean, and I'm not saying like go be a cop, Bodie, but all I'm saying is with sports and all of this sports betting and social media and everything, like these cases are just. They're just more interesting by the day.
It's easier to catch them, I would think.
Yeah, it's just by
right?
the day. It's just like
Yes.
the sports betting stuff is just blowing my mind, man. It's right. It's just a carrot dangling in front of your face, and everybody's taking a bite.
And if you're Class A, it's like, okay, it's one pitch.
Yeah.
I've got to throw this first pitch as a ball. You know what I mean? I've got to throw it, whatever. It's got to be.
Imagine the confidence you got. Be like, I could throw one in the dirt.
Right.
Whatever.
I'll still get the guy out.
Make it 1-0.
I'll still get the guy out.
I'll still get him out.
Yeah, I'll
it's
still get him out. I'm a great closer. I'll still get him out. And I'm not saying it's right, but because of the way sports betting, I can't believe when you look back like 80s, 70s, 60s, there were bookies out there saying taking bets on first pitch. You know what I mean? Like they were all,
it wasn't happening.
Yeah, so it wasn't happening back then.
Yeah.
But now because of the way it's so sophisticated and it's so much in detail, where we can bet on things online about first pitch,
everything's
next
recorded.
Play.
All games
Yes.
are viewed. Like nothing's blacked out where you can't see something. You say, hey, what happened on that? I got pushed. It's crazy.
I'm not defending him, but I will say I kind of understand his mindset. I'm not defending it.
Yeah.
But I understand where he could have been thinking.
Me, I don't understand it, but
you're an athlete and competitor. You're a guy who would never take a playoff.
Yeah, no,
okay?
I mean, I think
you would never say, "Hey, look, I'll drop this first pass for $10,000."
Well, for me, like I just can't understand like why I would like bet against something that I like do like if there's like I haven't heard one story of like this guy made $5 million because he kept putting $500,000 on himself to win.
Right? Yeah, I know.
It's like nobody bets on themselves to win. Right. So I don't get it. Yeah.
I mentioned there from 2023 to July of 2025. Maybe the most impressive part, 2024, 0.61 ERA, third in Cy Young, 11 in MVP voting.
Right.
So, hey.
How good could he really be if he just throw the ball?
Yeah, wasn't throwing the game?
Yeah.
Some NFL news here that had been expected one way or another once the hiring of Todd Monken was announced. The Browns announced on Friday that defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz has resigned, and league sources they say that he is expected to sit out this upcoming season. He had a top 5 defense per yards allowed in 2 of his 3 seasons in Cleveland, and he was thought to be one of the 3 finalists for the job before Monken ended up landing it. DeVier, we kind of knew this was coming, but nevertheless, bit of a tough loss for Cleveland. Not insurmountable, but tough to lose your defensive coordinator who's done a nice job there.
Yeah, I think, last year Myles Garrett goes out. He asked to be traded. He goes publicly, attacks the Browns, management saying they're not doing anything. And I think one of those things that brought him back into that building was Jim Schwartz and his defense and the things that they've done, building up into those years. And to be honest, Myles Garrett chased the sack record in Jim Schwartz defense. I do believe this is a significant loss. I'm on the other side. I think Jim Schwartz was the one thing that the Cleveland Browns and Ohio fans all over Ohio could depend on. Yeah. Was that at least we'll have a decent defense to not get beat so bad.
So he's under contract this year coming up. And I wish the Browns would do right by him because, look, he was a legitimate candidate. And if you're a legitimate candidate and then you don't get the job, I understand why you're like, you know what, I'm kind of bitter. I don't want to work for the new regime. I wish the Browns would just release him from his contract so he could go somewhere else if he wants to. And maybe it's a negotiation. Maybe say, look, Jim, we'll release you. Just don't go to the AFC North or don't go to the AFC if they can have that conversation about it. But, I totally get why he wants to move on. 100%. I get why he wants to move on. I wish the Browns would do right by him because the Browns, I feel like, rarely do right.
They don't do right, yeah.
It's just just don't go to the AFC North or don't go to these teams and list 10 teams. Don't go to one of these 10 teams. And you can go somewhere else and coach this year if you want to. He's not a young guy. So it's give him a shot.
So you feel like the Browns take every advantage at leverage instead of just doing what's right versus wrong. It's just they're just peeling on leverage.
Yes, I feel like that's what they're doing. I don't think that they're and I like Schwartz. I think he's a great guy. Karp talks about him because Karp played for him. He's like, yeah, this guy
in Detroit.
Yeah, this guy would be he should be a head coach again at some point. But just let him go. Let him, if he wants to go do that and move on, then just don't stand in his way. Yeah. Let him go on that one. But I don't know. Good luck trying to figure out what the Browns are going to do ever. Coming up next, the NFL season is over. But something big is on the horizon in 2 weeks. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Miss Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much stuff because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bodie.
Tito.
You and I have worked together for a while. We've had, obviously, Carp in here, and a variety of other people. Austin Ward. We've had Justin Zwick, DeVier Posey. Who am I missing that we've had on as a co-host? Is that it? No,
I think so.
Okay.
Unless I'm blanking on somebody else.
That's fine. What, like, I'm not insecure.
But
we never have somebody less than me. Fair? Like, it's always somebody, we talk about DeVier, delivered a baby, Grey Cup MVP, Ohio State wide receiver.
You go on the radio Football Reference.
Right? Like all these guys, even like
they
Austin.
probably have a few more.
Right? Even like Austin. Who
rings on the resume.
Yes. I'm curious.
That's fair.
Do you think I should approach Fish and ask about having, just get somebody who's never been on radio, who maybe never graduated high school?
Wow.
As I'm just saying, as a co-host to me.
Why do we have
so
to
at one
diminish
point,
those people?
I can be up. Because every time.
You're always up in my mind.
I just thank you. I appreciate that, Bodie. But it just feels to me.
6 to midnight.
I understand. Thank you. I went to 6 to 12 just now. It just feels to me like we need to find somebody less than.
I don't know. I feel like you're diminishing your own talents.
Yeah, come on, Tito.
I mean, we may have, Paul Pierce and Garnett and Ray Allen out there, but Rondo still had to get him the ball team. Right. And eventually,
Eddie House is on that team.
Rondo became the best player.
Fine. Scalabrine's out there. So Scalabrine's what I am.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm Scalabrine. That's fine.
Well, you know what? I like Scal on the
That's fine.
I'll take broadcast.
That's okay.
So there you go.
Right. Here comes our Super Bowl breakdown. But first, I want to do this.
Ooh.
Do you know what happens in 2 weeks, DeVier?
March Madness.
That's fine. That's okay. It's still February in 2 weeks, but that's okay. If you want to
March
call
Madness?
That's fine. Okay, no, it's not March Madness in February. Nonetheless, in 2 weeks, the Combine.
Okay.
The NFL. Ooh, genius. Right? Because, the Super Bowl was last night. Yes. Just ended.
Yes.
And now in 2 weeks, we got Combine talk.
Great. And then we got
free agency?
Free agency,
yes.
right after Combine talk. So Combine talk is kind of like you take it with a grain of salt, but nothing, no meetings matter until NFL free agency. Next event.
We've already discussed my lack of show prep. So I'll ask this question to you, and we may have talked about it before, DeVier. I'm not a smart man. I'm like Forrest Gump with a mic in front of him. Combine for you.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
Is this okay? Nobody has to read my we've done this all the years that I've been here. You don't got to read my profile.
Just asking.
Every time I do, it's everybody's like, all right, let's read your profile. Then I hear the negative things.
I didn't look at it. Was it negative?
Well, no, they always have negatives. But I'm saying, but you asked me what was the experience like for me.
Yes.
So I was here in Columbus,
right?
And I just drove over to Indy, and got there,
right?
Checked into the hotel. It was kind of crazy, but I knew it was kind of a lot for other guys who were flying into this cold place. You imagine a USC guy coming into Indianapolis. It feels like a business meeting. For me, I'm just, driving on 70 West.
Right.
Show up, park, and, Coach Hazel, my receiver coach, he's there. And I mean, I don't remember event for event. I did this first. It's just you showed up and you were here, you were there, you saw this famous person, you talked with this team, you talked with that person, you talked with this brand and this, and then you went to sleep, and then you had this, and then this guy tried to stump you on the board, and then you woke up, your foot was hurting, and then you had to get ready. It was just a mush of a week where, if I sat back and really thought about each thing, or if I was reminded, or maybe went back and was like, I forgot we did this. But Tito, so much happens in 1 week. I mean, you're doing
whirlwind.
Well, you're doing everything 32 times.
Right.
and potentially, like, you won't meet with all teams unless you're like maybe an underclassman, potential first rounder, where they don't have much, information on you, not much film. You might meet with 20 plus teams, right? But besides that, you have to do physicals with each team. You have to meet with each personnel. You have to go through it. It's just a long process, but I don't know what else to say. Like, you can't pay me to go back there.
Oh, no, DeVier, don't. I could pay you. If I gave you enough money, you would go back there.
No, man. It's Tito, because, all right, take your pants off, Tito. Take your shirt off.
Dude,
all right, turn around. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see your bigger. I want to see your big muscle bellies. I want to like put a tape measure on your arm.
Okay.
And around your earlobes, and say, hey, you might get a shot, Tito.
We got a couple guys in the chat here. One wants to know, what's your favorite game you played in ever? Your favorite game you played in ever?
Favorite game I played in ever? Man, did we have to win?
No, just your favorite game you played in ever.
Oh man, I'll probably say Texas my freshman year, just because I wasn't supposed to play.
Right?
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to play, but it was Texas versus Colt McCoy, so it was just like really fun to just be like, oh my god, I'm in a game,
Coach Tressel seemed very, very different. If he wasn't very hyped, what made Tressel great and able to win so much?
He just would get up every day and do quiet time, and and be prepared every day. And he's the same human, and he just attacks life with attention to detail. And I think that's what separates Tressel. Like, he'll know your aunt's name and her job for every player. Every player, yeah.
That was from B. Love Thompson. Bill Evans wants to know, what was the oddest question an interviewer asked you during the interviews at the Combine?
Yeah, okay. This is a good one. These Combine questions. The GM for the Panthers asked me if I thought that football was supposed to be given to me. And I just looked at him. I was like, wait, what? And I was like, what do you mean? You think you're just supposed to be given to you, right? Like, because I got suspended. I'm like, man, sir, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I win every sprint in the summer at Ohio State. Like what? Like I don't lose sprints.
Right.
I'm like I'm in the weight room. Like, I've never got a B. I've never got a C. Like we get good grades, and so it's just like, what are you talking about? But these coaches, they read these profiles and they think, they got a certain type, and then they're like, just trying to drill you, and all it is, Tito, is can I get this guy pissed off? Can I make him mad?
Right. They're trying to get reaction out of you.
Try to get reaction. That's good. Yeah.
So the Combine, the NFL does it great. The college football does it too. It's like there's no off season. There's really not. We're the Combine, and then free agency, and then the draft, and then you've got all the mini camps and stuff that come up. All these different
USFL now.
Yes. By the way, you could play for the Aviators.
You said what?
You could play for the Aviators in the UFL.
Clarify, I could.
You would play. You could. You are good enough to do it. Yes, I want you to try out for the Aviators. I want you to go out there and play for the Aviators with Ted Ginn.
Tito, I'm 36, man.
36 is young.
But Tito, no.
You're still in shape. Look at you.
I like doing what I do every day now. It's okay. I don't want to go run around for Ted. I love Ted.
Yeah.
But I don't want to run around for Ted. Ted doesn't run around anymore.
I know Ted doesn't run around, but that's fine. But I'm just saying, I think that'd be content. We always look for content on the Fan. If we can get you out there.
I was hoping the Aviators needed like a radio host or something. They need somebody to call a game. That's what I'm up for.
Bodie, 36 is young, right?
Yeah. Not
like,
football age, really. No, but
I think
Bodie, you took a breath. You took a breath before.
I mean,
36 is young.
In football, it's like ancient, but
ancient.
In life,
no, it's not. As a wide receiver, no. DeVier, you could. Okay, I'm not going to do this to you today. Anyway, Super Bowl last night, the Patriots Seahawks game, and I went in, and if you look at my Fanatics account, I went in confident the Seahawks would cover the 4.5. I thought that Seattle's defense would cause problems for Drake May. We looked at what the competition Drake May went against in the regular season was not elite. Didn't have to go against a lot of really, really tough defenses. So I thought Seattle would have a difference there. Did you have the same view on that going in DeVier?
That Seattle had
like Seattle's defense would be tougher on Drake May than what he's faced this season.
Yeah, I had that view. Yeah, I think so. And they got. I didn't even know this defense is that had a nickname. They're called the Dark Side,
right?
Like the Legion of Boom or No Fly Zone. But they're not a talkative defense, and we didn't hear talks about Seattle's defense all year. But if you look at the numbers and what they did. You say, hey, there is a chance that this defense can possibly dominate Drake May today. I think the defensive backs and the D-line, man, have just been a head and shoulders above everybody this year. I mean, you just got a Jim Thorpe winner back there that's just playing safety and Kobe Bryant that you don't even talk about, right? You don't even mention his name really much on the broadcast, but like I said, he's a Jim Thorpe winner and been in the league for multiple years. And these guys just they play football the right way, Tito. I mean, they celebrate together.
Yeah.
They don't have crazy billboard bulletin board material interviews. And they kind of take that same personality as Coach McDonald. Just humble, showing up, working hard, and just putting up great numbers. And super excited for this defense to get put up in history because they almost pitched a shutout.
I know.
I
really wanted a shutout. God, I wanted
you
a
did?
shutout. Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, just for the sake of just that defense.
Once it got to the point where it was like, there's no way in hell New England's winning this game. Yeah. It's like, I wanted the shutout then.
But I wasn't mad about Mac Hollins's old man touchdown because I like old man tutties. I mean, this guy, walks in the stadium with no shoes. I'm excited for him. Yeah.
It was a cool thing for Sam Darnold to get the win. And here is Sam Darnold after the game talking about his journey to where he got there.
For me, it's just, I said this, in the Monday interviews that we did, but like I've taken it day by day, throughout my entire career, and it's gotten me to this point. And that's really all I can say about that. But it's because of the guys in the locker room, because of our coaching staff working their butts off every single day. Like that's why we're all here. It almost felt like we got to the NFC Championship, then we won. It was like, oh shoot, we're going to the Super Bowl. Like it literally felt like it was just part of the process. And, we did the same thing today. Offense, again, I feel like we didn't play as good as we could have. I certainly didn't play as good as I could have, but our defense had our back, our special teams had our back, and we got the win.
So Darnold becomes the third quarterback that's been on at least 5 teams, I think, before starting a Super Bowl. And he all week, DeVier, when I heard him do different interviews on a number of national shows.
He's just downplaying
it. It was like, that what was cool about it was he didn't. People would ask me, "You got a chip on your shoulder? Do you want to shut people up?" Like that was the kind of thing. Like are you ready to put everyone's face in it? That like, hey, I'm here now. After I failed with you, you gave up on me, whatever. And he never took the bait.
Coping mechanism. That's how he's been able to get through 5 teams.
Right.
Is because it's like, hey, I'm gonna not to say I'm not gonna act like this isn't bothering me.
Sure.
But it's like, all right, Tito, hey, if you send me an email in radio and I don't like it, with fish on a CC, I'm not gonna cuss you out because I have to follow some type of corporate jargon and say, hey, Tito, but we're in a parking lot. I might grab you and say this. You know what?
Again?
No.
That's fine. No, it's whatever. I'm not going to do that.
In professional sports, when you're a quarterback, say you were Brock Purdy in your first or second year, and a guy like a first-round pick, eventual Super Bowl champion Sam Darnold walks in, it's awkward, Tito.
Yeah.
It's awkward. It's like, hey, I can't say, hey, Brock, I'm here to take your job. And I don't even really care who you are, kid, and screw the Cyclones.
Right.
But no, you have to approach it every day, not talk about the pain, not talk about, hey, or not. And then Sam's just kind of gotten this habit of like, oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But no, like, come on, Sam.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Yeah. So there are there are elite athletes.
Yeah.
There are elite every position. But we'll tie it back to you with receiver. But there's people that have the skill set, okay, that have the skill set, the work ethic, the ability to be a great receiver.
Yeah.
For your career, How much of it for you, though, is like right place, right time, right coach, right situation?
Right human, right decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all of those five
I
things.
look at Darnold. Like, Darnold goes to the Jets. There's no way he's going to succeed there.
Yep.
Goes to Carolina. Again, damn tough situation.
Terrible humans, bad decisions.
Okay. Right, like Minnesota, and then Frisco, he hooks up with Shanahan, and it's a huge deal when he goes to Frisco and all that, and now Seattle. So, like, with you as a player, and you were a great receiver, how close is it for you? Like, is it, if you're in a different situation, do you have a different career?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just every place you go, like, in terms of right timing, right effect. I mean, like, Cameron Hayward, first-round pick, Ohio State.
Yeah.
When he got to Pittsburgh, I think it was Kiesel.
Okay.
Big guy with a beard. I think he wore, like, number 69 for, like, Brett Kiesel played for, like, 14, 15 years.
The guy. Yes.
And it was like Cam made it through his rookie contract before he was, like, not rotating with this guy.
Okay.
And so, right place, right time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Cam could have went to New Orleans and had a Cam Jordan type of career, or he could have went to Houston. He was in that draft class, like JJ, and been Defensive Player of the Year and start out. But JJ and those guys are done.
Yeah.
Cam bought 4 or 5 extra years on his career being behind Keys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now he's in that place. And so, like, he's Cam Hayward, Walter Payton Man of the Year. It is about timing. It is about situation. It is about, like, development, right? In some instances, Sam Darnold never had a chance to develop. Jordan Love has a chance to develop. Michael Penix has a chance to develop. Patrick Mahomes was given the grace. Aaron Rodgers was given the grace to develop. But Sam Darnold was just thrown out there, and it's like, oh, we just throw him back. And I'm so happy that his story, like, in travelers of teams, like NFL, like veteran free agents, the stories of playing on 6 and 7, 8 teams get swept under the rug. But it's good to see a guy be at the top of the mountaintop who's been in multiple locker rooms, been told no, been told he's not good enough, and to win a championship. It just kind of like, 2 middle fingers to the system, right? To the quarterback gurus.
I look at it if you're like, okay, so when I was younger, as a kid following football, a guy comes into the NFL, first-round draft pick as a quarterback. If he doesn't produce, he's a bust. Yeah. Like, that guy is a bust. Other positions, too. That guy's a bust.
Not fair,
that guy's
man.
a bust. And and now as I've gotten older, I've looked at it. I've talked to foreign players like you, other people I've talked to here. It's not fair to put it all on the player, to call him a bust. Because, and look, disrespect meant to the Browns. The Browns are a dysfunctional organization.
Well, they don't know how to develop players.
If you go to the Browns and you don't live up to the draft spot you're in, or don't live up to your contract, and I'm not saying Deshaun Watson, that's a different situation, but other guys, though, if you don't live up to it, I am now more cautious to say, oh, that guy sucks.
Well, I would go as far as to say that I don't believe the Browns has ever nurtured and, like, developed an offensive player over time, like that somebody can stay, right? It's just been placeholders. And so you look at all these other organizations, Tito, the Ravens, the Steelers, development isn't something that's thrown away just due to the fact that you're deemed a professional. It's like, like you should figure it out.
Yeah.
Nah, there's systems at the top of the league. There's systems. You've heard of the Patriot way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's ways that go about it, and I think us as fans, we forget that, right? Like, you got to learn to play the pro game a certain way.
Right. Mm-hmm. And if you go back and look, like, even going back to when Eli Manning was in that draft class, and he told the Chargers, "Don't draft me. I won't play for you."
He did to Kobe.
He did, yeah. That's right, exactly what he did, yes. Yeah. And he said, I'm not going to play for you. No. And the Chargers took him and then traded him because he felt at the time like
they were going to make him play.
They were not going to be the best situation for him. They weren't going to develop him the way, and it wasn't the best opportunity for him. And at the time, Eli got roasted because, like, God, just you're getting drafted in the NFL. Just go play. What are you doing? You don't get a choice. But I respect the fact, looking back, that Eli did that. Eli and Phillip Rivers was great. That's who ended up being the Chargers quarterback. It all worked out for everybody. But if you're a player coming into the draft, I totally understand now where I wouldn't have 30 years ago. Like, I understand now why you want to avoid certain situations. It's like, if you don't think it's going to be the one for you, and then I understand putting your foot down and saying, listen, don't take me.
Yeah.
I will not play for you.
Yeah, people drill Caleb Williams for that.
Yeah.
They drilled him. I think it was 2 years. His dad said, if they were going to come out or not after the Heisman.
Right.
And I think we probably did a segment on it. Yeah, I'm just talking about how, how can this guy tell you which team can play? Yes, and it worked out. He got Ben Johnson, right? I do want to be with a coach that has an offensive mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to get drafted to a defensive play caller.
Yeah. Right. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And there's not many opportunities in the NFL or in any sport where the player has the leverage.
Yeah.
But like the Eli thing, even John Elway going back, who said, I'm not playing for the Colts, don't draft me. They draft him. They end up trading him to Denver. But I'm okay with players exercising leverage when they get the opportunity to do it. I'm okay with that. Pick your spot. Because and you'll see it this year coming up too. I mean, look, I know Mendoza's going to go 1 to the Raiders. But if Mendoza doesn't believe in the Raiders and doesn't believe in the organization, I have no problem saying, you know what, I don't want to play in Las Vegas. Trade me. I won't sign the contract. I'll go back in the draft. Bo Jackson did it when Bo told Tampa, don't draft me. Tampa Bay drafted him, and then he never played for them, went and played baseball, and then came back in the draft and went to the Raiders. I'm okay with the players negotiating that and using their leverage on that. Coming up next, Ohio State men lose. Ohio State women win. We'll hear from Jake Diebler. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Hey, Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Okay, listen, everybody. I apologize to all the listeners. Okay, I apologize because I thought DeVier could play for the Aviators. DeVier just tried to show me a video, and it looked like my dad tried to show me something on his phone, and the orientation went wrong, different video, play this, do this. I'm just telling you right now, DeVier is 49 years old.
Wow, that aged me right there.
That's what you are right there. That's okay, buddy. Eat your tapioca pudding and be quiet. That was DeVier.
Sorry.
No, listen, here's the problem. Is I have so much respect for you, and when I see you, I feel like you are still that guy who played at Ohio State.
No.
But right now you just showed me you are no longer that guy who played at Ohio State. Right now you just showed me you are old.
An old man.
I don't know what to do about that. God, it's some of those. Oh, by the way, and I can't put it out there. I guess I could, but there was a Brody Wells at Nationwide. We were some kind of like, it looked like a rodeo thing. Somebody sent it to me. Cogley sent it to me. He was in our chat also all the time about a guy is out there named Brody Wells. We have Brody Thursdays here, by the way, DeVier, because we have a guy comes on Thursday with us who's a betting guy. Well, he actually, call him betting guy.
He's a professional trash talker and sports gambler.
Yes, he is.
That's what he calls himself.
Nice. And he's called.
It's hard to describe, Your Highness.
I know.
Can't quite fit him into a box.
Yeah, like a Barstool guy, but not really.
No, I get it, but
he's just an interesting cat, you know?
Yeah, he is. Anyway, but he called Brody the first time he's on, so we call Brody Thursday every time. And so I don't know where I was going with this, but anyway, there was a guy named Brody Wells, though, apparently was out at Nationwide Arena. We got a picture of that one, so we saw that. Check it out. I tweeted it out. I don't know if Bo, did you get the tweet? I tweeted you out on that one. The Ohio State men lost yesterday to Michigan.
They didn't just lose, Tito.
I know they didn't. I know. It was not.
It was bad.
And first of all, they should lose to Michigan in that game. Michigan's really good.
They should, but at some point you have to beat some good teams, you know?
Yes.
And you can win at home in college basketball. Now, Michigan has one loss to, I believe, Wisconsin, and I think that might have even been at the buzzer or came down to the last minute, if I'm not mistaken. And they're really good. But now, I mean, you're a week and change into February, and Ohio State has 0 quad 1 wins. Now, they have 4 or 5 more opportunities left, and maybe some of their games. I think the Northwestern and UCLA in particular, if I'm not mistaken, are 2 games that are right on quad 1, quad 2, right on the edge there, so it can flip back to a quad 1 win. But you can't sit here a month from now on Selection Sunday and be like, wow, we didn't beat any quad 1 teams, but hey, we should be in.
Ohio State loses 82-61 at home to Michigan, down 10 at the half, and never competitive in the second half, really. And I said this earlier, it was a thing where, like, it wasn't must win, but it was a must compete, and I feel like they failed in that, DeVier.
Competing? You think missing shots is not competing sometimes?
I think it should have. What I'm saying is I wanted Ohio State to be, when they played Michigan the first time in Ann Arbor, it was still outcome in doubt with like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
I feel like yesterday the outcome was not in doubt very early. And that's the problem. Yeah, I know shooting and missing shots, I get it, that's going to happen. But nonetheless, it seems like the way Ohio State was never really in that game, it felt like to me, that's a really, losing to Michigan, not a bad loss. Losing by 21 the way they did, bad loss.
Yeah. I mean, Tito, man, I was watching Uncle Drew, Bill Russell. His quote still stands true. This game will always be and always been about buckets. Like we have to make shots. I mean, it's just, we're out here for 36 minutes, we're putting up more than 10 shots. And I mean, and we're still coming under, less than, double-digit points. To beat quad 1 teams at this time of the year, it is absolutely about shot making. Like we have to shoot the ball better. And I think that was like something that we like circled at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Threes and making these shots, because it will be the difference maker of, hey, how far do we go in the Big Ten, and do we have a chance at the tournament? Can we make these? And
that's the difference between like Ohio State and Michigan, Ohio State and Illinois. Ohio State, and insert top 10 team here, is that Ohio State has such a razor-thin margin of error.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they can overcome. They've overcome before in different games, like Thornton not having a great game. They've overcome foul trouble by the bigs. They've overcome lack of depth. But they can't overcome Mobley doing what he did yesterday, 1 for 9 from the field, 0 for 3 on threes, scored 4 points. Thornton, 6 for 16. They can't overcome that. Like all of these different things in there, they can't overcome that against a quality opponent. Now, what they did yesterday, they could have overcome that against a bottom 5 Big Ten team. But against a Michigan and Illinois, teams like that, they cannot overcome that. And that's the concern. I'm not saying is it depth? Is it lack of high talent depth? I don't know which one it is. But yesterday's performance, though, I hate losing by 21 at home, and I hate losing by 21 at home to Michigan. And here is Jake Diebler talking about going 0-2 against the Wolverines.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could speak to that. Certainly, this doesn't feel like, I know this loss counts the same as others in Big Ten play, but this game does mean a great deal to me and us. And so, this will linger with me personally, but, I got to make myself move on too, just like I've asked our guys to. So love this game and the rivalry. It's why I fought to try and get it, because it should be the case. So, disappointed that we didn't beat them. I know they're good, but I think we are too. And disappointed we didn't beat them, and disappointed in the things that we have been better at that we weren't today.
Got to rebound the ball.
Yes. The 44-31 rebounding was big.
Well, that too. I mean, man, Tito, just got to find a way to get in 40%, man, field goal and 3 somehow. Going into March, this team's going to make any run at it.
Amari Bynum's a freshman, so he gets some grace here. But last night, 33 minutes, scored 5 points, 0 rebounds. And he is somebody who is going to have to be significant come Big Ten tournament time. The depth thing, look, the bench last night scored 11 points. Great. That's more than they score usually. Chapman's been fantastic coming in off the bench. He's really been.
Chapman has honestly hit a point where it's like, okay, you can go into a game expecting some points from him off the bench, where there was a stretch where it was like, will anybody score off the bench?
Somebody scored.
Chapman's played pretty well.
Yeah.
He's hit some shots recently.
And the depth for this team is more important for the Big Ten tournament than the NCAA tournament, because of the way the Big Ten tournament is set up, and it's like game, next day game, next day game if you're going to make a run. NCAA tournament, you play a game, day off, play a game. It's not that way in the Big Ten tournament. It's like you've got to, if you're Ohio State, and Ohio State needs to have, it looks like, based on looking at their schedule, where they're at right now, the Big Ten tournament could very well determine if Ohio State gets in the NCAA tournament. Right? Like, if you look at, there's not a lot of wins left on the schedule.
I mean, so you're saying the depth of our tournament run depends on if we get voted or not, because we're bubble, right?
We're forever bubble, and it's it's for every game. Though,
That's a dangerous game to play, though.
It really, but they've played it for the last 5 years.
I don't disagree. You do not want to go into a conference tournament saying like, okay, we get to Friday, we'll get in.
I know,
especially too, because a lot of times those conference tournaments actually don't matter a ton. Like it's you know what I'm saying? Like the regular season, obviously the regular season weighs more, 30 games versus 3 or 4, but we have seen in the past, I think, that what happens in a 3 to 4 day stretch doesn't always make a huge difference. Unless you are like one of the last 2 teams out or last 2 teams in, and you play. Like, I remember, it's been a few years ago now, I think. I don't know, some point in the last handful of years. But I swear I remember Ohio State playing Indiana in the Big Ten tournament, and both teams were right on the bubble.
Right.
And Ohio State won, and I think it helped them get in, if I'm not mistaken on that. But it was like a kind of winner goes, loser stays sort of deal, which Ohio State is right on that line right now. But, man, and if it's really, they got their work cut out for them, because if you get Purdue at home, if you get a Wisconsin at home, if you can get Virginia at a neutral site, you can play your way in. It's right there for you. But I don't know. They haven't beaten any good teams, but before yesterday, they hadn't gotten blown out either.
True.
Like, they played Nebraska tough. They played Carolina tough. They played Illinois relatively tough on the road. You just got to win a couple of those games, and it's all right there in front of you for the next 3.5 weeks or whatever, but they haven't done it yet, and they need to do it.
They're sitting on 15-8 overall, 7-6. You would think if you win 20 games and have a 500 or better record in the Big Ten, you should get in all likelihood.
And if they get to 500 in the Big Ten, that would almost certainly be them winning a couple of these games down the stretch. Because outside of Penn State, it's pretty much you're playing the upper half of the Big Ten at a minimum, pretty much.
They host USC Wednesday.
Yeah, USC's solid.
That should still, though, I would think being at home, that should be a win.
Renas is coming out here to Columbus.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He just hit a game winner at Penn State the other day.
Then they've got that Virginia game, which I wonder if they win, it's a great scheduling move. If they lose badly, it might not be. The fact Virginia's ranked 18th, it's a chance for a quad 1 win. Quality.
Yeah.
Quality.
I think they would rather have that than some. You're not quad 3, quad 4 wins aren't really doing anything for you now. So I think they're better off having a bigger game like that on the schedule.
And we need that right now.
Host Wisconsin. I would think that should be a win for them. At number 10, Michigan State. At Iowa. I watched Iowa play against Northwestern last night. I'm a sicko. I'm not Jacob Reimer sicko, but I'm a sicko. Host number 12, Purdue. At Penn State. Host Indiana. 5 wins in there gets them to 20. That's 10. That's 9 games left. They have to go 5-4 in those games. Is it 3?
So let's say they
1, 2,
lose
3,
just
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games left. Sorry.
If they just drop the 2 on the road against Michigan State and Iowa.
Okay.
I'm not saying they can't win, but let's just say
okay. So you got to go 5-3 in there to get to 20. Yep.
And then they beat Penn State on the road, which seems reasonable. Penn State stinks. What's that get us to? You said.
What about Purdue?
Lose to Purdue. Lose to.
No, I was trying to get to a point to where it's like how many
they
of
need
these
5
home
out of
games?
8. They can lose 3.
Okay.
They can lose 3 there and get to 20.
Okay, so gosh. Yeah.
Now, great, they get to 20 through the Big Ten tournament too, which also would help out. But I'm saying
True,
right now, if they
but-
get to 20 in the regular season, they've got to win 5 of these 8. Host USC, Virginia neutral site, host Wisconsin, at Michigan State, at Iowa, host Purdue, at Penn State, host Indiana. I don't see 5 wins.
I don't know that I
see
would
4.
either. I'd take the
You see
under
4?
if you forced it, but I would just say if they get to 5, though, I think they're going to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I see
because
3.
you're at that point stacking at least probably 1 or 2 quad 1 wins in there and multiple quad 2 wins.
Yeah,
and that because I have it written down here. Basically, half your games left are quad 1, half are quad 2. Virginia, Michigan State, Iowa on the road, of course, and then Purdue at home are all quad 1. The rest are quad 2. You need some quad 1s. I feel like I've said the word quad about 1,000 times.
I don't like the word quad. The quad 1, I don't like saying quad 1. I screw it up too
Well, because
much.
how is Iowa in quad 1 and not Indiana?
Because first off, on the road versus home.
I got you.
Plays probably the biggest factor in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if they can get to, you said 5. Yeah, 5 wins. If they could go
get
5 and 3
in these ones.
Now, if they went 4-4 and you dropped, let me get it pulled back up here real quick. If you dropped, we'll say maybe
if Virginia's one of the losses, you can still be over 500 the Big Ten going to the tournament then.
Yeah. And also, if you were to drop, let's say you drop the Wisconsin game at home, but then you go to Sparty and win, then it kind of offsets it. But they need to basically take care of business at home.
Win at home, we're in.
I know.
Something they haven't done this year, but I don't think they're, 1, incapable of doing it, and 2, that is how college basketball works. Like, I know it's kind of oversimplified to be like, hey, win at home, but a lot of ranked teams go on the road and lose. High State just needs to be making that happen when they're at the shot.
But it feels like to me, I don't know if
What
you
about
guys agree.
St. John?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Let's get a real home court advantage.
I feel like it's going to be another season where the Big Ten tournament's going to determine Ohio State's fate.
DeVier's play. He puts a good team in the tournament. I remember when he was interim coach. He puts a good team in the tournament.
I'm a Diebler guy. I like Diebler. I do.
You're going to play well.
And I think regardless of what happens this year, he's back next year. There's been talk about, if he misses the tournament again, he might not be back. I think he's back next year regardless. But if he doesn't make it this year, next year is tournament or bust for him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I
it
feel
might
like
even be like win a game or 2, honestly. I mean, it's hard to like boil it down to just
know.
that simple. What if you win 27 games, you win in the first round, and then you get bounced by a 3 or 4 seed in the second round? If you're a 5 seed, I guess if you're winning 27 games, you're probably better than a 5 seed. But whatever, you get the point. I know it's not so Sweet 16 or bust, but you probably got to get there and win some games in March between the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. I mean, it's been a minute since they've kind of got on a run here.
Well, that too, and then also you got to say like he hasn't been plagued with like early NBA first round exits too.
Right.
So you've had an opportunity to build some team chemistry, which in this college basketball landscape, we know age equals wins.
Yeah.
So
get old and stay old.
So maybe
if you're not going to have Cooper Flag and Con Kniffel and Cam Boozer rolling through there.
So maybe next year, if it's not this year, with the mature team, and then honestly, just in college basketball, just look at what Dusty is doing up in Michigan. They have one of the older teams.
Yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, you have to have an older team in college basketball. So, I'm on it. Yeah, I'm with Coach Diebler.
Yeah, and here's the thing with Bruce Thornton, I really want the tournament for him. And this team does have potential if all the things click, and you can maybe say about all these other teams, but if everything clicks with Ohio State's men's basketball team, they are a dangerous team if everything clicks. But the problem is if one thing doesn't click, it could really throw things off. The women win 80-64 against Oregon. They improved to 22-3 overall, 11-2 in the Big Ten. The 3 losses, UConn, UCLA, Iowa, 3 of the best teams in the country. Ohio State, though, right now trending to be a top 4 seed over a top 4, so it means top 16 team, but top 4 seed, though, in the NCAA tournament, which means they would host. I am rooting for Kevin McGuff. I cannot wait to watch this team, what it does in the tournament. They seem to be deeper this year. They're better at rebounding this year than in years past, and they still have, like, elite scorers and elite – the way that Kevin McGuff plays. Folks, look, I'm banging the drum. Go watch Ohio State women play and watch how they do it. It is such a fun brand of basketball to watch. It's watching the way they do the 40 minutes of hell, that old Nolan Richards style. They're going to press the entire game. But go check them out. Ohio State women, again, big win on the road against Oregon. Kevin McGuff now 501 career wins as a college basketball coach. So good for him. Coming up next, we'll wrap things up. Tell you guys, Juice, Morning Juice.
Hey, everybody, it's Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. There are a lot of reasons that we should be working to get healthier and happier in our lives, but one of the unexpected benefits of losing weight, my wife no longer elbows me in the ribs at 2 a.m. I didn't realize how bad the snoring had gotten until it's gotten better. And that's the kind of change I'd hoped to achieve when I lost 35 pounds with Awaken 180 weight loss. 35 pounds down in just 6 weeks and officially under 200 pounds for the first time in 25 years. That number still feels fake when I say it out loud, but it's real. And what's just as real is how good everything else feels. There are no joint flare-ups. I'm moving around a lot better and never feels like a chore. I'm aware of when things feel wrong, and I'm also aware when things feel right. Thanks to my Awaken 180 coach, Mandy, I've learned how to eat, how to adjust, and now I'm heading into maintenance with a plan. That's what Awaken 180 really does. It teaches you how to keep going once the weight is gone. Free support for life with the solution for weight loss. Go to awaken180weightloss.com.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out. Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, final segment of the program. The doctor, DeVier Posey to my left, filling in today. I think Cart's back tomorrow. Bodie, is that where we're at?
I believe you're correct on that. Yep. Then I'll be cruising next week.
Yes, next week then we'll need more fill-ins. Are you cruising?
Where you cruising, Bodie? You going on a Buckeye?
No, I wish.
Bobby, you going on a
Bobby
Buckeye
will be.
cruise?
Yeah, I'm going. Yep.
Must be nice. Anyway, it's God. Sometimes I dream that he is me. I want to be like DeVier. I want to be like DeVier. Bodie, let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Bodie, you want to go first? Or you want Schlegel go first?
Shoot. I had that real quick there. I will let Mr. Anthony Schlegel go first.
Who wants to go live in Tuscaloosa, Alabama? I've been down there. It's delightful. But nobody does. Columbus, Ohio, there's opportunity there.
They can get Schlegs on the strength and conditioning staff and then have them start recruiting. What's got me juiced today, guys? Got a few things for you. Friday night, awesome Celtics comeback. Then they got killed Sunday, so we're not going to talk about that. But Friday night was a fun comeback win against Miami. What else we got here? Saturday, I watched, not to try to be like Jacob Reimer, but I watched the entirety of Duke, North Carolina. I got to say, court storming. We got to stop hating on court storming.
Court
it's
storming
fun.
is
Wait, stop
so
hating
awesome.
on it?
No.
Yes, it's fun.
You
It's
have
awesome.
to have it.
When you beat your rival like
You
that,
have to have it.
You got to go, man.
You have to
and
have it.
you might as well storm the court twice.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they
Storm
did in
the
Chapel
court,
Hill
storm the field.
on Saturday night. So that had me juiced up for, I'm sure Reimer was losing his mind wherever he was at. Hopefully
He was
his daughter
home.
wasn't sleeping.
He was home, and his daughter had on a onesie that talked about hating Duke.
Did it really?
Yes,
That
I
is a
got the
real
onesie. Yes,
story.
it's like I
Okay.
grew up. It's like I
No,
said
good
something like
for
the
him, man.
effect
You
of I
start him
grew up
young.
hating Duke or whatever. It was something like that.
Listen,
Yes.
I respect that. Good job out of you, Jacob. I was juiced about watching the game last night, sort of, I guess. Wasn't a particularly interesting game. Big fan of seeing Jessica Alba at halftime, though. She's still, man. You want to talk about LeBron longevity.
Durability.
She can still put 99 on the corner and punch you out like no other. So good for her. Wasn't a super entertaining game, but that's all right. It's still a relatively fun Super Bowl to watch there. And I think that's all I got for you guys. You know what? Actually, no, that's a lie. Last but not least, how about this? I did see this morning. First thing I do when I wake up, look at the weather. Very exciting. I know.
Yes.
But 52 degrees next Tuesday.
Let's go.
I almost just went back to bed, Tito, but then I said.
Might wear shorts.
It's
just
might go
fine.
swimming. So that's all.
Baker will. Baker will wear shorts.
Oh, wow. He's a shorts guy. It could be negative 52.
I got the photo. It was onesie. I got the wife holding the baby, and it says "Born Hating Duke."
Nice. Can I see it?
Yeah.
Good for you, Ryan.
Born Hating Duke. That's Reimer
His
right
wife
there.
looks thrilled.
There it is.
Yeah, you're right. She does.
You got to be kidding.
That's right. Yes, she does.
But you know what? She is. I think she was born last September, October range, give or take, early fall. Call it.
Yeah.
She's never seen him lose to Duke.
Hey, it's perfect timing.
Good for you, man.
I've said this.
Undefeated. At least till they go to Cameron Indoor in a month. But
I
or a
believe
few weeks.
Reimer timed all of this based on basketball watching, because you figure, okay, born in the fall, okay.
Yeah, but why not have
He
it be
did.
Now wait. Now
her?
think about this. Now.
He did, bro.
Okay. Yeah, now think about.
Be born in
There's
February.
no listen. No,
Okay,
no,
okay.
Listen. There's going to be. You wouldn't know this. The doctor would. I would. But you've got those late night, feel like they wake up in the middle of the night wanting fed.
You might as well do that in the fall football season because you're already doing it anyway.
And like November now we're talking, when they start college basketball and they've got all these tournaments like in different places, West Coast basketball, Maui stuff, all this stuff going on later. And you could say, honey, you go back to sleep. I'll take care of the feeding. And go out there and sit in the recliner and watch UNLV against whatever, I don't know, Hawaii
Arizona,
high-low.
Arizona
Okay,
State,
fine. And you're sitting there holding the baby. And so you get credit for doing the feeding, but it's really because you're a sick SOB who wants to watch basketball.
You want to watch some Aztec basketball.
I would not be surprised, and this is no offense to Reimer, but I would not be surprised if Reimer at one point says, honey, I got it, I'll do the feeding, goes out there and sits down and forgets to feed.
He's just watching hoops.
Just watching hoops.
You could argue that feeds her.
That's fair.
Anytime, used to have some late nights playing Xbox with some of my friends, and whenever any of us would say, like, oh, I got to get off to go eat or go sleep, you know what we'd say? Xbox feeds the sleep. It feeds the hunger.
Yes.
So, that all has me juiced on this Monday. DP, what has you juiced, sir?
What has me juiced on this Monday? I'm excited for. We got some, little kid, events, basketball coming up. We got city tournaments, so I'm excited for that stuff. And that means that, winter season is coming to a close. Right. That the schedule gets to switch. We get a chance to remake the schedule. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for that for the spring. Bobby knows this. My middle son, Bobby has a son, Caleb, and so all winter we've been training for to go break the freestyle and backstroke record. Who has the record? It's a carpenter.
Really?
Yeah, it's Caleb. So his son. So we've been chasing him all winter. And I spoke to Bobby about this, just trying to get my middle son Niall, rolling in the pool.
Right.
So I'm excited for spring, swimming season and stuff. We've spent a lot of time, this winter. So yeah, I mean, just the youth sports, and how they transition from the winter to the spring for the boys. I'm excited about that stuff, man.
Yeah, Caleb's really good in the pool.
Yeah,
and he always
really
swims
is.
against older kids. Usually.
Yeah,
like he holds his own.
Times are crazy. Yeah,
they're insane. Yes, Caleb is absolutely that. So we had our league-ending tournament this weekend in basketball. And we came in as a 4 seed with RD, who's 9, but like in the 3rd grade league, and going against the 1 seed, and it was a very back and forth game.
Who was the 1 seed?
The 1 seed. It's like if I told you the names, Steidel's the name of the head coach, but we were the 4 seed, and we ended up winning on a buzzer beater.
Nice.
Well, like 2 seconds left, he scored 28-26. We won the game. Right?
Buzzer.
Yes. And so we won that game. And it was such an emotional win. And Bodie, I understand I'm probably overstating this a little bit, but it was like U.S. beating the Russians. Okay, that's what it was like in 1980. Nonetheless, and no disrespect to the other team. I'm just saying, like, it was the 4 versus the 1. Yeah. And so then we had an hour break. And then we had the championship game, ended up playing the, I don't know, 3 or 2 seed, whatever it was. But nonetheless, the kids it's like it was hard to get them
emotionally back
into it.
That was the championship. Yeah.
Right.
Get a whistle.
Yeah.
Yes. We started off slow, and then we started to battle back. And I'm not saying this is not humble brag. This is my son's one of the better players on the team, and probably the best. He is the best ball handler on the team. When he's not in the game, we have a hard time sometimes getting the offense moving.
Yep.
And my kid picks up 2 fouls in the first quarter. And so we have to pull him out for a little bit. He was upset about that. And then he picks up.
Tito, keep him in, man. He won't foul.
Okay, well, you're.
Like, come on, man.
Okay,
what are you trying to win?
Breaking news. Here we go.
You guys lost anyway.
He gets his
keep
third
him
foul.
In.
Gets his third foul.
Wait, in the first half?
Third foul, early second half. Okay, third foul, early second.
Early third
He's
quarter.
guarding their best player.
Okay. Tito, are you coaching? Take your best player off
Okay.
the best player.
I'm an assistant coach.
Okay.
I wasn't the head coach. And then early in the fourth quarter, we're down 2. He gets his 4th foul.
Was he still guarding the best player in the fourth quarter, Tito?
He had to. Nobody else could guard him. He had to. No, he had to. It had to happen.
But somebody else has 5 fouls.
But listen, it wasn't a. I don't think his 4th foul was justified. Okay, it was a bad call.
I'm pretty sure.
I would have lost my mind at that 12-year-old ref.
Head coach looks at me and says, "Should we take him out?" And I said,
"My team's on the floor."
I don't know. There's 5 minutes left of the game. We're down 2. And the coach says, well, he can't take any of them home with him. Any of the fouls home with him. I said, yeah, you're right. Let's just leave him out there.
Yeah.
I like that motto.
Yeah.
30 seconds later, foul number 5. We were down 14-12. We lost by 5 or 7.
Poor coaching.
I don't.
It was some controversial coach's decisions. I'm hearing this story, but I'll be honest, it wasn't your kid's fault, Tito. It was your fault.
He comes off. He is so emotionally distraught.
And
he's just like, he was destroyed because all these kids, this is a UA league. They call it travel, but it's a UA league, though. So he's playing against buddies he goes to school with and stuff, playing with guys. Like, they all know each other, and he fouls out, and he's over there. He just loses it. He's never fouled out of a game. He's never not been on the floor at the end of a game where it was, like, critical. You know what I mean? Like, so it was so tough for him as a third grader. But on the plus side, then, it does build character.
Be the best thing that ever happened to him. He's gonna, just like Jordan talking about getting cut from his cut from the varsity team.
By the way, try being the dad talking to the kid at that point. He's like, "Dad, don't talk to me." He's like, you want nothing to do with me whatsoever. It was very much a.
He felt the bad coaching errors.
He probably did. You're right. That's fair. But the good thing is, though, we went to a friend's house who hosted. There was a bunch of one over there afterwards. A bunch of the players got to hang out.
That's what it's about.
And it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And it lessened the blow on that. We've got a couple of travel tournaments coming up. Matter of fact, Caleb's playing with us in one of the tournaments.
Okay.
That we're doing. Your kid's a baller, isn't he?
Yeah,
I remember. I remember working with you on Sundays, and there'd be like a game on your screen watching your kid ball when you were. Are you still coaching or not?
No, I don't. I refuse. I want to be the bad guy.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I want to be the trainer.
Okay.
I want to be the trainer.
I want to be the admin guy. I want to be the guy who just schedules the games and sits over there and say, "Coach, he's got 2. He's got 2. You got 3 timeouts left, Coach." That's all. Like doing that.
Yeah. What are we in? We're out under the basket. Do you want stat, Coach?
Yes. Right.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Go up there, tap on the shoulder, and say, "Hey, by the way, just so you know, he's got 4. Yeah. George has 4. George has 4.
Yeah. Yep.
That kind of thing. Like, I don't want to be the one who ever has to make the decisions.
Never.
But anyway, so it was a emotional but fun weekend, a life lesson weekend.
Yep.
And DeVier, there was a song in the 1970s. Garen will get it if he's in the chat. So will Chris. But called "Love on the Rocks." And it was by Neil Diamond. And he says, "Love on the Rocks, ain't no big surprise." Da, 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 da. But he says, "You don't," or I'm sorry, not that one. I want to go this one. "You don't bring me flowers." That's what it was. Barbara Streisand. "You don't bring me flowers. You don't sing me love songs. It's been a long time since you brought me flowers. I am glad you are here today. It was fun working with you, DeVier."